Big facts. No cap and you hate that, yeah. Big facts. No cap and you Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. I'm a redneck, cracker ass country pimp. I got my seat lean back, walking with the limp. Square body in the drive, heater on my hip. Kentucky clear in my jar, let me take a sip. Skull ring in the seat of my blue jeans. Flat top on the wall, hanging next to me. I just wanna make music, it's my therapy. But I use a hollow point book, I'll do the surgery. You don't wanna cross me unless you want your life changed. That's your respect if you show less, I'll leave you scatterbrained. I stand up for me and mine, it's ride or die thing. Put me on Front Street, you'll probably get your veins drained. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Gotta keep my circle cinched tight like the noose around the neck of all the haters scheming cause I'm letting loose. They may try me but they can't deny me all the things I've worked for, prayed for, climbing cause I got the juice. I'm an old dog learning new tricks in the sticks, gaining clicks, a little funk country in the mix. Born a hick, not a lick, keep it slick like my drip, dropping dimes like I play for the lyrics. I know I don't fit the rap god mold, trust me I've been told, honestly the story is getting old. But I got soul in my flow and my blood runs cold, you can't get me off my game, no I'm too strong. Look, I'd rather sit around the campfire and throw some hands, sip a beer with my dog, but hope you understand. My kindness ain't a weakness, I was raised in Dixieland. You be a bitch, I flip the switch and then I touch your sand. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that.
What it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Uncle Turtle's Dreaming live on the interwebs, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Send me some messages, you guys. Put some comments on here. Let's talk about some stuff. You already know who I've got tonight. It's my dude. It's my boy. My brother from another mother. The badass producer named Vendetta. What's going on, bad boy?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Another great day. It's a blessing. I'm here for the live, baby. I'm here to see what's up. What it
is. So I'm going to do this publicly right here. I was supposed to have Vendetta on 2 weeks ago or so, and got all these settings screwed up because I was trying to record a verse for D. Martin Tater Gang. So y'all blame him because it's his fault. At least that's the story I'm going with. But I felt like crap about it. Oh, I felt horrible, and I was like, I got to get him back on. So that's why we're doing a two for this weekend. I've got Vendetta tonight, and then another one that didn't work out for me, I'm redoing tomorrow night, and that's Leroy Biggs. So it's a big weekend for Uncle Turtle Live right now. I'm excited. So let's talk to you about, tell us about you. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about, all I've told people, and this is for people who don't know you, you know what I mean? I've told people you're a producer. Your beats are badass. I listen to your stuff all the time just as a song. Instrumentals are awesome. But tell us, where you're from, how you got into all this, and kind of what your story is, brother.
Yeah, so I am from Pennsylvania, Bethlehem to be exact. I'm about 2 hours away from New York City. I currently work within dental restoration. So we kind of mold crowns for teeth that are prepped to be restored, completely restorative work.
So when his beats blow your teeth out, he can fix them too.
That's right. That's right. I started making music. Let me see, like 2 years ago, or 2.5 years ago to be exact. I started on GarageBand on an iPad, and I had a small keyboard. Played around with that for a while and just upgraded my setup slowly. Um, and I learned how to make beats off of like vinyl records as well. So I used to,
Nice.
yeah, I learned how to do it the old school way. Um, and yeah, but I was a DJ before all that, so that kind of is my start. That kind of was my
Hmm.
start. It led me into producing.
You
So
know, that seems like a really natural progression to me.
right, right,
You know what I
it
mean?
is. Yeah,
Because
it
as
is.
my brother, my twin brother, I've got a twin brother that lives down in Georgia, and he's a DJ. And actually, the next song that I put out, I'm hoping he's gonna scratch the verse for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
That's
We'll
cool.
see.
Cool.
But
Dope.
but it seems like as much when you're a DJ and you're trying to put songs together that don't go together,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
it seems like you'd be like, man, if I only had this transition, if I had
It's
this transition,
yeah.
it would be perfect. And so
It's
then you
tough.
start making your own transitions, and then
Yep.
all of a sudden you're making beats.
It's all about the right blend. It's all about blending.
Yeah.
Just like making beats and mixing and mastering a song. You just got to blend everything real nice. That's all it is.
And I
It's hard
suck
though.
at it. I
Hard.
suck at it.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
Every time, I swear to God, every time that I put out a new single or put out a new song, I guarantee you, I was like, I'm right. I'm gonna try to mix this one myself, and
Right.
eventually, I'm like,
Uh,
no,
I
screw
myself
this.
I myself am not super proficient with vocal mixing. I've never really practiced it or learned any of it yet, but I intend to one day for sure. But it's yeah, it's a whole nother process, man. And, you know, people do it as a profession, just that alone. You know, mixing and mastering.
What's up, Kansas man? Kansas Rebel Man's in. What it is? That dude's he's a. I don't know if you've watched any of his stuff. He's from Kansas like me, and so him and I have talked a lot after we found out, found each other, and but he does reactions and he makes shirts and
Uh,
he went from Kansas to Cheatham County, Tennessee, and spent the night there hanging out with I think it was J.C. Beals, who kind of does some work for a church, and he just showed him everything there was about a Cyrese is in. We're going to talk about Cyrese too in a minute. I want Vendetta to know who Cyrese Smith is, but we'll talk about that in a second. And then went from Cheatham County to Corbin, Kentucky, and went to that big upchurch show that everybody and their brother showed up at. Like Calhoun was there, Struggle was there, Demon was there, everybody was there, and he was backstage in that, and he's just a cool dude, man. But he's supposed to be coming to my house here in a couple of weeks so we can just hang out. We're gonna film some content. It'll be good. He's hilarious, bro. He's hilarious. But so you started as a DJ.
right.
Do you know how to scratch and all that?
I don't scratch or anything crazy like that. Not really. No, it's more like we're DJing at weddings,
Right.
parties. Like we're not in the club or anything like that. And the equipment that the company uses is it's very dated. It's not like modern stuff. So scratching is not really like, you know, it's kind of frowned upon
Yeah.
for the company too as well.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, that's one thing I would love to learn one day as well. I do have a turntable here, but I have not really practiced that yet.
Yeah. I've got one after my brother started DJing and I saw what he could do. I got one. It's a cheaper one.
Yeah, they're expensive, man. The needle's expensive.
No, mine's just digital. Mine's just digital. I don't
Oh,
have
okay.
and But yeah, my brother, he went from a digital one, or he had a digital one, and then he bought a setup where he could actually scratch with vinyl.
Right, 2 decks. Right.
And then I think he sold that and got a bigger digital one that's got like, all that's built into a carry case, nice,
Yeah.
all this stuff. But yeah, at some point, I plan on having him on my show, my twin brother. And I'm going to get a bunch of independent country rap artists and even country artists and have them send me songs, and I'm going to send them to him, and the whole, like, half the show is going to be just him DJing all these independent artists' music together. And he'll have had it for enough time to be able to do some really cool stuff. And
Yeah, right.
I'm
right.
looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to blowing people's mind when they find out there's two of us. Because we are identical.
Oh, that's going to be a shocker.
His name is DJ B Riz, and he's also a graphic designer, and just started a new job as with a digital marketing firm doing stuff like that. He designed my logo, by the way.
Okay.
He came up with the turtle grenade idea and all that. So
Okay.
he's talented. He's a good dude. He's all right, I guess. He's my twin brother. I've
He's
known
all
him. I've known him my whole life.
Yeah. He's all right. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Even though he's 1 minute older than me. But anyway. So, let's talk. All right, we talked about, how you kind of came up. How you kind of came up in the game. Got to the situation you're in. Now, let's talk about what you do now. As far as music goes. Like, it's one thing, we talk about you being a producer. Well, there's a million producers. But you definitely have a sound that I recognize and I like, and it's not like any of the, you're not a country rap producer, but you've produced country rap, you know what I'm saying? And even, like, you produced Honest album, White Collar, and Honest is a country rapper, but your beats on that album weren't necessarily country rap songs,
Right.
Country rap beats.
Right. One of them was close to it, but that's
Which one?
from the Backwoods.
Oh, yeah.
The Backwoods that was the closest country beat that there was.
The biggest thing to me that I notice about your beats is you incorporate a lot more musical instruments instead of just like one sample or one musical progression or two, two,
And then a ton of drum sounds.
and then a ton of drum sounds. Yeah. Yours is, you've got the drum beat, but then you've got shit. For to be able to produce to replicate live your beats, you'd have to have like a 10-piece band. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody with a hell of a lot of keyboards and 5 arms. That kind of thing.
For sure.
Which I respect. I love that.
My beats are not super complex, though. I mean, there are a lot of instruments and musical elements, but I kind of make them simple so it's easier for a rapper to catch a flow on.
Right.
That's one of the main keys.
Mm-hmm.
The more confusion you have, and the more crazy hi-hats and all these drum sounds, the rapper can't catch a flow and less likely to buy a beat. I mean, that's business,
Right. Yeah.
Off the bat. So,
And I do put you in that from experience. There's certain beats that I've gotten or that I've listened to that I was going to write on, and I'm intimidated by them because because the beat is so present.
yes.
You're like, how am I going to be a part of that? It's so
Right. Right.
And then there's other stuff like trap beats where it's just nothing but just raw, just not a whole lot to it, but it's
Right.
got that dirty sound. You can
Just
flow on
harder,
that.
aggressive.
Yeah. I can rap on that all day. It takes me
I can
time.
rap on 90s boom bap beats.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. It's easy for me, but the newer stuff is definitely harder to rap on, the freestyle on. for sure. But naturally with my beats, um, when you just constantly play it over and over and put in different pieces and mute out a section here and section there, you're constantly tailoring the beat. And like for me, it's so easy to catch a flow to my own beats just
Oh yeah.
because I'm making the beat,
Right.
the entire thing and working on it continuously. Some people are making like 15-minute beats and just shipping it out, not doing anything. My beats are very detailed. I put a lot of work into it. And yeah.
Speaking of that, I agree with you. By the way, you do put a lot of work into it. I'm going to play my favorite beat by you right now, and then I want you to talk about this beat. This is Top Floor Part 2. There is a Top Floor Part 1 that I actually bought the. I didn't like buy the beat, but I spent, which it was only like $4, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
That was
Top
really
Floor
fun.
number 1, but I do like Top Floor Part 2 better than Part 1.
Part 1 has sold as exclusive, by the way, so it's gone.
Damn, that son of a
Yeah.
bitch. But this is my favorite beat, Top Floor Part 2 by Vendetta. I'm just going to chill for a second and let y'all hear this. Yes. Don't be scared, baby girl. Cyrese, it's Vendetta. VNDTTA. Vendetta. It feels like you pop in a little bit of Miami right there. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Little.
The phone sounds.
Yeah.
Push this up again.
Now, do you play the piano on this? Like, do you play those chords?
I can. It takes me like, if I wanted to play something live, it would take me a good 5 or 10 minutes to kind of learn the progression, and I can play it. But I can play it through my MPC way fast.
Yeah.
Just with pad.
Right, yeah.
It's very easy. It saves time, and time is huge.
But there's something like that chord progression is really cool too.
Yeah.
I've played guitar for 32 years, and so I love
Okay.
the way chords fit together. And
Right.
it amazes me how different chords can bring out a different sound when you put in relationship to each other. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many different chord progressions.
It's ridiculous. And then you start getting into church modes and the different sounds that, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that is definitely my favorite Vendetta beat. So, but I've told you that before, and you made the comment that beat's done a lot of things for you, giving you a lot of opportunities. Talk about that, which I heard you say, or you talked about it on your Instagram a while back.
Yes.
But I wasn't quite 100% sure what all that meant. Like, what?
Yep.
I know somebody used the beat, and it sounded dope as hell.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I met my good friend. His rap name is UI Brady. I met him on the platform called Loom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a music platform by Neo. He eventually went on to buy the beat, and he was the first one to make a song out of it. The song was dope. It was fire. I mean, if you want to look him up on Spotify, it's UI Brady, as in Tom Brady, the quarterback, but UI. Yeah, he made a hit, in my opinion, on it. It's really dope. But even before that, I was contacted by this agency in Portland, Oregon, They saw the beat on my BeatStars, and the agency, they were working with Gatorade at the time.
Wow.
So they gave me a shot. I was up against a couple of producers, like four other producers, for a shot at a ad for like TikTok and Instagram. Um, I submitted like 6 beats to them. It's all like 60-second, like it's for TV and
Right.
internet ads. So 60-second, 30-second beats, stuff like that. Never done it before, but I had some good beats on there. But unfortunately, I didn't win. It would have been nice to win. The prize money was 10 grand
Damn.
for a beat. Yeah, so it would have been nice to win. But honestly, I'm blessed because this is my first year of selling music. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't really complain. They also work. The agency also works with Nike and Adidas. So obviously Nike's headquarters is over in Oregon.
Right.
So it would be cool to get a shot
But
at something like that one day. I'm
did you
adding.
make some cool connections with that?
Yes,
Like,
yeah, they added me to their list of composers.
oh,
So
see, that may if that's the only thing you get out of it,
right, yeah.
it's still
Regardless,
something.
regardless, it's a win.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, you never know what that'll lead to.
and that beat also got added to 2 playlists on BeatStars. The one playlist is called The Sauce, which is probably the best playlist. It's like a playlist of all the best beats. And then the other playlist was Beats with Hooks. Um, so yeah, it's did me well. Um,
That's awesome, brother. I love meeting people. I mean, I've met so many freaking people on here in the last 2 years that I've been doing this,
right
and
on.
that's
Yep.
before I was interviewing people. Now that I'm interviewing people, I
Yeah.
meet people even more. But I don't know. I met you through Honest somehow
Yep. Yep.
back
Yeah.
when he was
I
first
met you.
starting
Yeah.
with White Collar.
I met you when even before you were interviewing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I didn't start interviewing until February of this year, and you were working on that. What's up, Southern Shit Talking? All right, Southern Shit Talking podcast. It's a new podcast that I just got exposed to, and Kansas Rebel Man. Him and Kansas Rebel Man actually do a show together. But yeah, if you should check him out. He's dude. He must have got stung by a million bees because he's all swollen up and got all these huge muscles. I guess it or
Shit.
but anyway.
I remember those days.
No, this dude's like thick, like yeah. But no, you should check him out there. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. But I'm on your Beat Stars right here.
Yep.
Give me an idea of a beat to play of a boom bap beat.
Boom bap
Um,
beat. I haven't made a boom bap beat in a very, very, very long time. Like my most recent stuff is, well, the best boom bap beat I can tell you right now is Dreams. That's my latest boom bap beat. I kind of forgot about that.
Okay.
That's my best. But I haven't made a boom bap beat besides that in a long time. But I intend to make some more for sure. I've just been trying to push my sound, and
Yeah.
my drum style is very similar in all my beats as well. And that's also how you develop a sound, by using the same sounds or the same instruments. It's just fact. And I think you can get away with it. It doesn't make a beat boring or something just because you use the same sounds.
Right.
It just gives you the character and the uniqueness of who you are as a producer and how people identify you. So,
Yeah. You said it was Dreams, right?
Yeah.
Should I play it with the hook?
Yeah, play it with the hook. Play it with the hook.
Okay. Now I don't know if Cyrese is still on here. Cyrese is a rapper. He's I think he lives in Colorado, but he's originally from Wichita, Kansas, which down by where Kansas Rebel Man is. But I found this rapper through Jordan, Kansas Rebel Man, And I used to, back in the day, when I was young, I used to listen to a lot of East Coast stuff, and like DOS Effects and Diggable Planets and Tribe Called Quest, and that da 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 da. You know what I mean? And yeah, and this dude has that voice. He has that kind of voice. Okay.
Okay.
And so I want, I would love for you two to hook up, because I think he's going to be an awesome rapper. And I think you're an awesome producer. And so I think Cyrus and Vendetta should make a little music baby. But this is Dreams. This is Vendetta Dreams off of his BeatStars. Go check out his BeatStars. He's got a ton of badass beats on here. But this is Dreams. And this is with the hook.
Can you make me a beat, Valentine?
And he collabed with another producer named Valentine. I could hear Broadnecks on this with that.
That part is the hook. I like it without the hook too, because you hear the guitar more.
I feel like I'm in a dream.
The little scratch, I love that. I want to hear that guitar sample again.
That's why I have it without the hook as well. I like hearing the bars.
Mm-hmm. But it fits with the hook well. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a dream.
yeah, that's dope.
It's the best part.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's dope. Which, it's a perfect segue into my proposal. I have an idea. And I want you to tell me what you think. You don't have to nail anything in, I'm not going to make you sign your name in blood, but this is what I would like to do. I told you I've played guitar for a while.
Got my pen ready.
I've never used my own guitar sample on a song. Okay. So what I would like to do, this is my grand idea, and we can hash it out some other time. I want you to send me a beat that is just like the bass layer.
Yeah.
You know, the chord progression, the drum track, but nothing extra yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I want to make a guitar sample, and I can do it acoustic, electric, it doesn't matter,
Yep.
over top of that with chords and then, you know, some riffs and stuff like that. And it can
Yeah.
be any genre, like we can do it,
We
1970s
can do it. We can
funk.
do it vice versa too. If you have, like something in your head or something that a certain progression or an arpeggio that you like playing, you can play it first for me and then send it, and then I can put my own taste on it and drums on it and whatever. Um, yeah.
Dude, I
I
think it'd
love.
be cool as hell to do a song.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can get you up on BeatStars. You can get a cut of whatever we make on it because
That'd be
you're
badass.
yeah you're a hand in it, so you're a creator.
That'll be cool. And we'll talk about what kind of feel we want. But like I love blues guitar. I love R&B guitar,
If you
jazz
hear of
guitar.
if you hear a lot of today's mainstream hip hop, I would say 50% of it has a guitar, if not 70, like some kind of guitar,
Yeah,
a guitar lick. It's
yeah.
the best beats are with the guitar licks, man. Yeah,
So all right, that's cool. That you heard it here. It's coming at some
you heard
point.
it. You heard it.
That's one of the things that I've really had to learn is how long it takes to create a song. Like you know, it used to be I would come in, make it a shitty beat, and then I'd write to it and record it and put it out. No idea how to mix a beat, no idea how to mix vocals, no idea how to master a track. You know what I mean? And
Same here, brother.
it's a learning process, and I love that part of it. But I also realize if
YouTube University.
yeah, my Google game is strong, bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I was like, you know, to make this sound as good as I want, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and take it to people who know what they're doing, or use beats from people who know what they're doing, that kind of thing. And
Right. What kind of interface do you have? Zoom?
for this meeting,
No, for recording.
oh,
For recording.
I use an audio box, a PreSonus audio box USB
Okay.
into GarageBand. So
Okay.
hopefully, I'd like to end up, you know, graduating up to
Logic.
Logic. Yeah,
There's
but
ways that you can get Logic for the low. I've
we'll,
downloaded it before.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things that I can't do on GarageBand.
Yes.
As far as like I've learned that they exist. I learned that side chains and ducking exists, and you
Yeah.
can't do that on GarageBand.
Side chaining is huge. I think a lot of producers just are beat makers. Like,
Hmm.
I don't want to discredit anybody, but I hear the music and I can tell what someone's missing and what they didn't do in their mix. A lot of people just make beats. They think they can put a drum track together with the sample and boom, that's a beat.
That's what I did. My whole first album is that way, dude.
Yeah, it's a process, man. It's really, if you want to be a producer, you have to think like a producer, not a beat maker.
Right.
No, there's a difference between the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no doubt. I agree with that because
There's a difference.
I've
You can be a pure beat maker and be good at it, but there's some people who just like overuse samples or certain sounds and
Mhm.
just you can tell the quality is not there. There's no panning from side to side in the headphones. It's all like straight on.
Mhm.
That's another big thing in production. Yeah.
The biggest thing that I seem to struggle with is I could never figure out how. My biggest problem is with subs and the kicks. Like, I can never make my 808 kick sound the way I want it to, and I can never make my subs sound the way I want to with the kick.
In GarageBand, correct?
in GarageBand, and then I have a deeper voice, and so then when I rap over stuff, you
Yeah.
can hear like one, like they're fighting for certain frequencies,
Right.
and it frustrates me. And at that point, I was like, no, it's time to spend some money.
Yeah, it's I was in GarageBand for a little bit of time too, and you're just limited, and the sounds, a lot of the sounds sound very computerized. They don't sound natural, you know.
Processed, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're very processed. I mean, it's very basic, you know. It's a free digital audio
Yeah.
workstation, you know.
And I've been using GarageBand for years and years and years just to record. Like I said, I've been in bands and I played my own music, so I've always messed around with recording the songs that I've written and stuff like
Let,
that. But I've never done
let me
anything.
ask you this: Why
Yeah,
don't we see any guitar stuff on the Instagram?
I've put out some. I've put out some,
Okay,
but
okay.
like not a lot.
I
Uh,
think I think what you should do. I'm going to give you some homework. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework.
yes,
Uh,
sir.
Now, I think what you should do. I am not like a huge fan of today's hip hop. Like I'm, kind of like an old school guy, but I
Right.
like to try to keep up with the times and see what's going on.
Hmm.
But like I was saying before, a lot of the beats now are with guitar licks. So I want you to listen to some of the. Do you have a Spotify or Apple Music, whatever, any of that?
Yep.
What do you
I'm
what do you
writing
got?
these down. I'm writing these down.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead.
Is it Spotify you got?
Yeah.
Okay. Search the playlist Rap Caviar, and then just go through that playlist and just find all the beats that got the guitar licks and just listen to the guitar licks and put yourself in that mode when you're making a guitar lick for our production. That's all.
All right. All right.
That's it. That's it.
I'm really like I really am excited about this. And
Yeah, I've been trying to link up with guitarists. Actually, I didn't even know you played.
well, a lot of
So
people don't. A lot of people don't. Like the
there it
majority
is.
of people don't know that I
There it
play
is.
it. But but
What kind of
yeah.
guitars? Yeah, what kind of guitar or guitars do you have?
Well, I've got my knockaround acoustic is a oh, what's it called? It's a cheaper version of a Martin called, I think it's Sigma. I can't remember the name of it, but that's just my like sit around the campfire.
The,
If something
the
happens,
the
if
Martin
some
Guitar the Martin Guitar Factory is actually like 15 minutes away from my house.
oh wow, I'd
Yeah,
love to tour that place. That place has to be
it's awesome.
unbelievable.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then my main acoustic is a Blue Ridge BR 160, and it's made after a pre. It's built with the same bracing and wood types as a pre 1920 Martin. And then I put
It's
a
great.
really nice pickup in it, and but yeah, it's beautiful. It's a bluegrass guitar,
Right, right.
and it's got all the pearl inlay on the headstock and all that. But yeah, I love it. But then I used to have a lot of electrics when I played in the band, but now I just have one. It's a Fender Strat with a.
Nice.
It's got a humbucker pickup and then two single coils,
Fender Strat. That's where it's at, man.
and yeah, I can do. I used to have a telly, and then I had a hollow body.
I had a Les Paul
Nice,
a
heavy,
few months ago.
heavy
I
sons of
bought,
bitches.
yeah, I bought it and I sold it for like another couple $100 than I bought it for, just to get different kind of equipment. I've been That's something I do. Like I buy equipment, I kick it around for a little bit, I see if I like it. If I don't like it, I try something else. I
Yeah.
think I want to do. I do want to get back to guitar though, because I used to play in high school, but I used to play like more punk rock stuff and
Hmm.
like more power chord stuff. I never really got super melodic with it, which is one thing I would like to practice and learn. Um, on the piano, I'm definitely like intermediate. I'm not advanced or anything, but I could play some pretty cool melodies.
Yeah, I wish that I knew how to play the guitar or the piano. But
It's easier than the guitar for me, for sure,
really, for
100%.
I don't know.
With
I
guitar, I'm good with my ear, like with soloing, just like
hmm
playing to like a beat or a backbeat. Like I can just solo. It comes naturally to me, and it's the same thing with the piano.
hmm.
Um, Kind of creating some sort of melody. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited now. My brain's spinning and what kind of
Or,
song, what kind of sample am I gonna do?
or yeah, listen to that playlist. There's a lot of cool beats with guitars. That I think the one song is called. Oh man, I forget what it's called. It's by the rapper. His name's Polo G. Um, I can't remember what the song is called, but the guitar lick in it is amazing. And as soon as you hear it, you're like, "Oh, I like this song." You know,
Okay.
right away.
Yeah, see, it's going to be my goal then. I'm going to listen to all that, and then I'm going to come up with some kind of sample, and my
Yeah.
goal is to make you go,
The
fuck
song
yes.
the song is called Martin and Gina, like the show.
Oh, like Martin? Yeah.
Yep.
Martin and Gina. All right. I'm going to check it out.
Yes, sir.
So, like, what is your favorite beat that you've ever produced? Not the one, and you can't pick Top Floor Part 2.
Okay.
You can't pick Top Floor Part 1 either because that's cheating.
Yeah. For
What
sure.
is your favorite, not the one that did the most for your career, but what is your favorite beat that you've made?
Oh man. I gotta say, I have this boom bap beat. It's sampled. Um, it's called Until Then. It's old. It's one of my first beats. Um, yeah, it's a boom bap beat as well. Um, yeah, the
Is it
sample's very good. I don't know. I love that beat. It's very simple. It's cool.
is it on your BeatStars?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta
Well,
scroll down a bit.
what's the name of it?
Until Then.
I'm looking. Talk about making Until Then while I'm looking for it.
Um,
Or I guess talk about why it's your favorite, really.
I think it's because of the sample. I heard the song. Uh, oh boy, what is her name? I forget the singer. Her name's something Terrell. Um, Definitely from the South. Um, I think the main song the song is called Until Then I'll Suffer. It's called. I just liked how I heard the song and then I pitched it up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
a couple semitones, and it sounded so great right off the bat. And like I knew exactly what I was gonna do with it. Um, I don't know. I just love that beat. It did well for me. It sold a lot for me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like one of my first bangers. You know what I'm saying?
How long
Like
ago? How long ago did you make it?
this was definitely like last early last summer.
Okay. Well, I've
Early
got it
last.
right here, so we're gonna listen to it. We're gonna listen to Vendetta Until Then. It is on his BeatStars. If it has you feeling some kind of way, then you need to get it done. All you rappers out there.
Someday I'm gonna be happy. You just wait and see. Some people don't treat us right, baby, like you do me.
This is that belly rubbing music that gets you laid.
Right. That's all right. They're spitting a freestyle. Very simple, you know.
Yeah, I like that part right there. I love how the vocal sample is. It seems like the higher frequencies,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and so it sounds really trebly, and then all of a sudden the bass comes in and kind of balances it out, you know.
Yeah, this is like I did a lot of like New York theme kind of beats, you know, like boom bap. That was kind of like the style that I did, you know, a couple months ago, and now I'm kind of in that like tropical Miami type style.
No, I like that one. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I'm really glad that you're doing well, and it's been a long. I know I probably talked to you a long time ago when I first started doing all this about you being on the show, and there's so many people that I want to have on the show that I've met in the last year and a half before I started doing this that I want to get on the show, but at the same time I'm like, oh, I want to get a following first, and then because I always want to bring my boys up with me. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that I level up, I want to try to see if there's anything I can do to help people that I like to level up a little bit.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
And
That's my mission.
And so, like, to have people on, I'd rather have my boys on when I've got 1,000 followers than when I've got 100 followers. You know what I mean? And so, and I think I always worry about, my boys feeling some kind of way because I haven't had them on my show yet. And I'm like, just wait, let me get going so it actually does something. But I knew I definitely wanted to have you on. And I love your beats. And
my first interview ever.
Yes. I just act like, it just seems like this is my first interview ever because I'm still learning how to do all this shit. But I've interviewed some pretty cool people. I've met some really cool people.
Some pretty prestigious people as well.
Yeah, my favorite thing in the world was when I got to interview Broadnax. He's my favorite rapper. And Justin Orrick helped me out with that. And that's the first time that I've ever gotten nervous before an interview. The only time. I was literally in the bathroom 15 minutes before I got on with Broadnax. But then, you settle down but I was nervous for that one because that, to me, I was like, I'm meeting my dude, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
So this is a little easier for me because we've talked before and
right, we've talked on the phone before.
Yeah, I like your stuff, and we've known each other for a little bit. So
I appreciate that, man, and likewise, I've always dig your flow. Big Facts is my favorite jam by you, bro. I've seen your progression too.
I appreciate that a ton. Because that's what I know. Like when I listen to my older stuff, I'm like, man, I want to go back and redo every song that I've ever made.
Yeah, I agree. As well, like with my beats, like there's just so much stuff I didn't know like a year ago, like from that beat until then. With mixing and mastering and making things sound better, and just my overall style now is different. So, I almost want to go back and remix everything. Mm-hmm. So I agree. Yeah.
I probably will go back and redo a couple songs that I really thought were better than how they sound. But I don't know when I'll do it. Like my favorite song that I've ever done by me, I think Big Facts is my best song that I've done. But my favorite song that I've done is Country Pimp. I love that song. I just wish it was mixed better. And
I also like what is you guys did a remix, Country Boy Can't Survive. Yeah,
oh yeah, that was an honest. That was Beat.
I like
His name is the producer is Beats by Dunbar.
Yes, I know him well. You know, we talk through DMs sometimes. Yeah. He's a
And
cool.
so that was his creation. It was me and Honest, and originally Jack Gaspard was supposed to be on it.
Oh, okay.
And it ended up just being me and Honest, and then Honest did that video, the animation video with his Jeep and my old '85 pickup.
Yep.
And so that was pretty cool, but had to pull out the old green screen so I could film me rapping it like I'm sitting in my pickup, and then he put it. It looks exactly like my pickup too. I've got a red and yellow '85 Chevy K10. It looks exactly like the pickup. I sent him pictures, and so that was pretty cool. But
that's I wanna have something done in my Cadillac, whether it's a video or some kind of picture or something with my setup. You know, I'm gonna eventually do that. So yeah, I put my logo on the front license plate of it.
I like that. I like you know, you said a second ago about Miami sound, and
Yes.
you definitely have that throughout your brand. That whole pastel pink,
Yeah.
you know, cityscape, sunset.
Yep.
Like-
I visited Miami about 3 years ago before I started making music, and I watched the show Miami Vice. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. I just seen it on Netflix.
Dude,
I watched all that.
I watched it
and
on
then,
Netflix. I watched Miami Vice religiously when it was on.
Right.
Like when it was originally on. And back then, I was a kid, but I was like, dude, this show is so racy.
It's so cool.
It's all the drugs and the sex, and wow. And now
in Miami, driving Ferraris, wearing suits.
Hey, Tubbs is the reason I started wearing pleated pants when I dressed up.
Both those guys are the reasons why me and my boys used to wear sport coats out to the casino and shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you had to have with a I'm not gonna lie, I wore a pastel T-shirt with a sports coat. A la Crockett.
That's a big style. The V-neck with the sport coat. You know, it's simple.
And I always felt like I should wear some kind of loafer with no socks, and I was like,
yes,
that was weird. But
even I wouldn't do that. But I mean, you know, going for that style, why not?
You had to then.
Yeah, Miami. It's just like a vibe for me. When I stayed there, I stayed in South Beach. Hotel, you know, was right across the street from the beach.
Then I've driven by that hotel.
Yeah, the Boulevard Hotel I stayed at.
Okay.
It's by the Colony, all the famous 4 hotels that you always see on in South Beach.
I didn't get out. I didn't get to. We were leaving for a cruise from Miami, and we had some time, so we went to Lincoln Street Mall.
Oh, okay.
Which is down by South Beach, and then we drove down that road because we wanted to see Gianni Versace's house.
Yep.
And so we drove by that and saw, you know, it looks just like the murder photos. Thanks, Andrew Cunanan.
Did you watch the show on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
It's crazy.
Oh, I know. It was crazy, bro. Crazy.
But we got to see that, and it was cool. I've never spent any time in Miami, but I've got an aunt and uncle that live down there, and then I've got a couple cousins and their families that live in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And but
West Side.
I spent half a day in Miami waiting for the boat to be ready, and it seemed like a really cool town. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely like a kind of like a party place and whatnot. But you find your spots where you can just chill, on the beach or on a rooftop, whatever. There's South Beach, and then obviously across the bridge there's downtown Miami, which is the city where the Miami Heat play, and they have the Arts District, and
I never experienced any of that.
it's crazy. Yeah, the culture is really cool there. It's a different world for sure. It's like going to New York City.
Yeah,
Completely different world.
Yeah, I think I would much rather go to Miami than New York City. That's just me.
Right.
My little brother used to live in a little town outside of New York City called Suffern,
Okay.
and it's about 45 minutes from the city. And we went on another cruise where we left out of New York City, and no, not gonna do it.
I'm a Yankees fan, so I
won't hold that against you.
I was going there religiously. I had season tickets, so I was there like every other weekend. It's like a second home to me.
The Braves fans who were Braves fans in the 90s don't like the Yankees a whole lot.
Yeah, I know that.
So
Yep, I'm well aware.
it's for no other reason than they were good. I don't have any ill will towards any of those players. They were all amazing. That was back, Jeter and.
Well, both sides were amazing. Tom Glavine. Smoltz back then. Who was the other pitcher?
They had Glavine, Smoltz,
Greg Maddox, right?
Avery,
Chipper
Steve
Jones.
Avery, all those guys. Andrew Jones.
Yep.
I used to collect signed base. I've got a ton of signed baseballs, and I've got a ton of Braves balls or Braves players signed. But because I've been a Braves fan since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was born the day after Hank Aaron broke the home run record.
Wow. That's
my real name is not Uncle Turtle. Uncle Turtle is not on my birth certificate. I know that may surprise some of you. But no, my real name is Aaron. I was named after him.
Yep.
All my dad's side of the family's from Georgia, so I was raised a Braves fan and a Kentucky Wildcat fan. And none of those things are ever going to change. It's in my blood. So
I was raised a Yankee fan and a Steeler fan.
Okay.
NBA. I've never been a true fan of a team.
Yeah.
But LeBron James is my favorite player. I'll just say it.
I'm glad we didn't start the interview off with that. 'Cause damn it.
LeBron was big when I was in like 6th and 7th grade, so he was like my Michael Jordan. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Michael Jordan's my favorite player." I'm like, you didn't even grow up with Michael Jordan and see Jordan. Like, you can't say that. Stop that now.
Michael Jordan.
Same thing with Kobe. A lot of these young kids, these 18-year-old kids, are like, "Oh, Kobe's my favorite player." I'm like, you were like 3 years old when you saw Kobe play with Jack. Stop that.
Knock it off.
Stop that.
But
yeah.
I mean, those are the three players. I mean, those,
That's the three. Yeah.
It was Jordan, and then Jordan retired, and it was Kobe, and then.
There's a lot of arguments. Like, there's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, Bill Russell has 11 championships. Nobody has that many chips.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like, Wilt Chamberlain was a freak.
There's been a ton of good players, but I think the top three are.
Yeah.
As far as change it, because those three didn't necessarily. They didn't just change their team; they changed the NBA.
Yes. Yes. And I'll say Allen Iverson could go in there as well.
We talk about practice. About practice.
That man changed like NBA style, like what you would wear on the court, like everything.
Yeah.
He said he had kids dressing like him. That was crazy.
cornrows
Yeah.
and baggy shorts.
Cornrows and baggy shorts. I had sneakers back in the day. AI was the man.
Yeah. You know who I like to watch YouTube videos of, and I've never been an NBA fan. Like you said, I like to see former Kentucky players do well. I like to see, you know what I mean?
Davis.
Oh
Anthony
yeah,
Davis.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but Jason Williams, White Chocolate,
Yep.
like
Yep.
that dude. I still go back and watch his highlights because some of the stuff he did was just ridiculous. He's like the Pete Maravich.
The elbow pass.
Yes. I've watched that so many times. And just I don't know how as a player you're ready for that pass. You know what I mean? Like they must have done that in practice enough for them to be like, or they knew, hey, you got to be ready with Jason. You got to be ready all the time. You never know.
Yeah. Well, not to bring up his name again, but when LeBron passes the ball, you got to be ready, or you might be getting clocked in the face by an overhand touchdown throw. Like boom, you know, you better be ready. Same thing with Jason Kidd and Steve Nash.
Oh yeah,
all those guys. All those guys.
But I still don't listen to or watch the NBA.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll watch the playoffs and the finals and whatnot, but I don't consistently watch it. I watch more baseball because it's kind of more laid back, relaxing. I can kind of watch while I'm making music and still be productive.
Yeah, I love baseball.
Football I gotta watch every Sunday though, baby. Let's go.
See, I'm not. I grew up in Kentucky, so our closest when I was a kid, I cheered for the Cincinnati Bengals because they were only an hour and a half away, and then they got the Nashville Titans, But there was never anything like we had Kentucky. I mean, it was Kentucky basketball, and when it was, what's up, Gideon?
Yeah.
And so when it comes to football, I never really. I mean, I had teams that I cheered for, but I never had like a diehard team, and so I would always root for players from Kentucky. I'd find out where they'd go, and then I'd follow.
Well, here's the thing about living in Pennsylvania, where I live. Most of the fans in my area. So I live in like Eastern PA. I'm about 15 minutes away from the New Jersey state border. So it's a big blend of like Eagles fans, Giants fans,
Right.
Cowboys fans, all NFC East, and then you have some Steelers fans sprinkled in. The Pittsburgh is like 6 hours away from me where I live. That's far west PA. I'm closer to the New York Giants technically, and then Philly's an hour and away. So it's sprinkled in with a bunch of those people.
Pittsburgh's got a Kentucky player right now, or at least I know one. They may have more, but Benny Snell.
Yeah, the running back. Yeah.
He's from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
He wore a mouthpiece.
Yeah, with the spinner. He
with
still
the
does.
Spinner. Yeah, does he?
Yeah.
I watched an interview with him after a college game, and he said he likes to when he makes a move on somebody, like when he jukes them, he'll purposely blow out that spinner, and it makes that sound, And he would do that on purpose when he would make a move on somebody, so that's what they would hear when they missed him.
He's a beast. They drafted a running back from Alabama in the first round, so I'm wondering how they're going to fit those two in together. So.
Well, you never know. I mean, there's so many schemes out there now.
Oh yeah, and players are always getting hurt and shit.
Yeah, it's a business. It's a business.
Yep.
Well, dude, I'm going to get off here with you. I appreciate you being on here, and again, I apologize that we had to redo this, but
it's not.
We got. Oh, you remember what I told you that I said I've got it figured out in a way that it'll work, but it's not the perfect way that I had it before. After we got off the phone today, I remembered one setting that I hadn't changed back, and I went and changed it back, and it's perfect now. Awesome. So.
Glad you got that figured out, man.
I don't have that delay anymore. I don't sound like I drank a fifth of whiskey before I got on here with you. So that's always good. Because You never know when that's going to happen, truthfully. But
Right.
well,
Right,
I
man.
tell you what, I'm gonna listen to this Spotify playlist, and I'm gonna make a guitar loop, a guitar sample, and it's gonna be badass. The
Yeah,
whole thing is gonna be awesome.
make one like that song that I told you, that Martin and Gina song. If you can make something like that, whew,
See
on
now,
the inside. Whew.
the gauntlet has been thrown, and the challenge has been
Yep.
accepted.
It's on, baby. It's on.
All right, dude. Well, again, thank you for being on here. And you guys go check out my boy Vendetta. He's an all around badass. We played some of his beats. You already know what you're going to listen to, but you have all we did was scratch the surface, because this dude's got so many beats on his Beat Stars that you could shop literally for. You could if I don't. It would take you a long time to listen to all these beats, and that's my favorite part is shopping for beats. What's up, Andrea? Andrea Smith she's awesome. But I'm going to get off here with you. Thank you for being on. Everybody go check out Vendetta Beats. Plug all your social media. I know you're on YouTube, Instagram, and obviously BeatStars, but tell them where to find you.
Yeah, I'm on basically everything.
Everything.
I'm on Instagram, Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch.
OnlyFans.
I'm on Facebook. Nah, no
OnlyFans.
No OnlyFans for me. Hey, if the world comes to that, I might have to hop on it, man. Because
$20 is $20, dude.
the world's getting crazy, man. I might have to spend
Lord.
$5 on gas. I might be in the bus soon.
Here's my butthole. Can I have $10?
Yep.
All right, dude. Thank you for getting on here, and we'll talk. We're going to talk soon. I promise you that.
Okay, my brother. It was an honor to be on here, truly.
Oh,
So
the pleasure was all mine, dude.
all
right.
man.
We'll see you, brother.
Night.
Yep,
See
you
ya,
too.
everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Vendetta. Go check out his beats. Go check him out. Uncle Turtle recommendation. Vendetta. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Uncle Turtle Live tonight. I'm glad I finally got to have him on, because he's my dude. He's one of my boys. But tomorrow night I'm gonna be back. Again at 8:00 Central Standard Time with Leroy Biggs. It's a big weekend for Uncle Turtle Live. Until then, everybody stay frosty, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.